This week on the Jock and Nerd Podcast, we review the first season of HBO's A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, plus reactions to new trailers for The Mandalorian and Grogu, Toy Story 5, and House of the Dragon. A look at the winners of the BAFTAs and how it affects the Oscar race, what the Jock thinks of the upcoming Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano fight on Netflix, and more, all in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Monday, February 23rd, 2026.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Why? I don't know.
Check one. All right, this is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up. We talk it, we heard it. We funny, disturb it. We talk it, we heard it. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah!
Hello, listener. What is up? Thank you for pressing play, and welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
And joining us, he is a knight of the seven pastries. Goes by Sir Dunkin' Donuts. It's Rug Boy.
You're wrong. It's Sir Duncan D's nuts.
Oh, it's D's nuts.
Yeah.
You like these? These what? Sir Munchkin Donuts.
They're not that small.
That's lame.
Lame.
It's all right. I want some donuts now. That's
They
all.
are powdered. With,
They're powdered? What
yes,
is-
Gold
what-
Bond.
Yes. Is that powdered sugar? Looks tasty.
No, it's not.
Dunk these. Look, everything runs
Tastes
on
like aluminum.
everything.
All right.
Everything runs on Dunk. You bastards. Anywho, we got some Game of Thrones talk coming up, but first, got some trailers, some fun news tidbits. Let's get to it.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Anthony, we're going to start with your favorite thing in the world, Star Wars. Yeah. I know.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I got really excited.
Oh,
It was like
sorry.
Sydney Sweeney.
Floppy
No.
Jock.
Oh, your favorite thing in the
Sydney
world.
Sweeney's bathwater.
Yes, the Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap. No, Star Wars, because the first Star Wars movie in 7 years is coming out this year. The Mandalorian and Grogu, and they put out their first official trailer. You know, we got a tease. We got a shitty fucking Budweiser knockoff commercial at the Super Bowl. I don't know why after that they couldn't have just been like, go watch this trailer. They waited for some reason and released a full trailer. And the trailer doesn't really tell you what the movie's about. It does tell you that Din Djarin and Grogu are taking jobs and taking out criminals and fighting Hutts with abs, and he's getting his helmet removed, and Grogu's eating cookies, and Sigourney Weaver, you can hear her talk and stuff. Anthony, as the casual Star Wars fan that I forced you to watch all of The Mandalorian.
I didn't watch. Did I watch? Oh, I think I did watch season 3.
I think
And I watched Boba Fett.
And yes, I'm sorry about that one. But we forced you to watch a lot of Star Wars that was questionable. You get a look at this trailer. Does this do anything for you? What do you think?
I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. I liked
still.
the first season. I liked the second season. Boba Fett was absolute disaster. The third season, I don't really even remember what happened. And what the things I noticed in this looks all right in terms of visually, cinematography. A lot of, what's his name? Pedro Pascal taking off his helmet.
Yeah, I thought you're not supposed to do that shit. That's a no-no.
Well, I think they're like, well, I'm in a movie now, so
Yeah, I guess
you
my
can
face.
see this guy's face.
Yeah.
As a non-Star Wars fan, like you mentioned, the only thing I would have to say is looks okay, looks fine. They didn't have a problem with the Super Bowl trailer. The only thing I'm questioning is the timing of doing this movie. Like,
Yeah.
you would have thought if they were going to do a movie about Din Djarin and Grogu, or the Mandalorian and Grogu, you would have done it after season 1 or 2.
Right.
To do it now when the property is pretty cold. I don't know, it seems like a really weird timing.
Yeah.
And Star Wars films used to be, I mean, I remember when Phantom Menace came out, obviously that's a little bit different, but these used to be just a big deal. And
huge event. Yes.
yeah, this doesn't seem very eventy.
No, it's still, does it feel cinematic to you? It's still like, I'm struggling. It feels a little TV still, trying to be cinematic.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the timing's very odd on this.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it won't be bad or it won't be good, but
Right.
you would think by the whole Star Wars plan has been pretty bungled, and this, I think the timing is just very odd.
It is. It's been a mess, and for this to be the first movie in the theaters after 7 years, like, people should be more excited. And I'm just like a little bit excited. The trailer just got me slightly more excited. Not really. I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to this too much. That one creature where he goes and he's like, I need answers, and he's like, I'll tell you anything you know. And he goes, I'm looking for a hut, and he goes, sorry, closed. That's Martin Scorsese. Who is yes?
Oh yeah.
The fucking Martin Scorsese is in this movie. Ruggs, is this? What do you think of this? Is this gonna bring back Star Wars things?
I don't know, but it's an interesting movie because it's a continuation of the TV show.
Yeah,
and these don't happen that often. They have happened in the past. Like, there's movies that continue a TV show, not like reimagining a TV show. Like,
right.
There's movies that like take the premise of a TV show and then reimagine it.
Right.
This is actually with the same actors, same
cast,
storyline, same everything,
Yep.
continuing into a movie. I think Firefly did that with Serenity, and they kind of did a continuation into a movie there. I think
X-Files did it. Yeah.
And not too many of these happen. So this is a strange bird.
Yeah.
So right then and there, you're like, it feels like TV. Well, of course it does, because it's completely something you've seen on TV. It's maybe a little bit more budget, but still has to contain, like, they can't just redesign Grogu. They can't just redesign everything to make it look better for TV. Star Trek does this a lot.
Yeah.
Where they do continuation into the movies, and that always gets hit for like looking like a TV show.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a symptom of what it is. And so that's why it doesn't feel as big as it should, or feel as like, oh, it's a big Star Wars movie. But I don't know. It's like, if you slice it up, it's 4 episodes of the show you get to watch.
Right. Is this just what they were going to do in season 4? And
it's like a truncated, like no fat version, hopefully, of what they were going to do on the next season.
I mean, I think that's a good way to think of it. Is not really a movie, but a movie extension of a TV show, which ultimately ends up feeling like a TV made for TV movie kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but then in here, do they have to establish things that people, if they didn't watch the TV show, you know, wouldn't get? Because they seem to be repeating jokes. Like, he's still playing with the fucking buttons. He's got to tell him to stop playing. How many times he told him stop playing with the fucking buttons?
He likes to play with the buttons.
He likes to. He's always playing with the button. So I feel like they're going to redo a lot of this to get people accustomed.
There might be a lot of that. There might be some like retreading of stuff that we already know. Recycling some things.
The one shot where it started to feel cinematic for me anyways is that shot with that giant white snake in the tunnel, like the size of it. And I was like, oh shit. All right. Now I'm seeing something a little more big and a little
Why does that feel more cinematic? They can do that on the show.
They could, but it seemed, well, Anthony, you said, also, why does that stick out?
I think the way, not necessarily like more cinematic, but it seemed like they put more, the snake looked more tangible, like real.
Yeah.
Whereas on the show, when they've done some of that stuff, I haven't felt it look as good. So that part, and just the scale of it in terms of like the way they shot it. But I think I agree with Ruggs. Like the reason it doesn't feel cinematic is because the lead up to it was a TV show. Yeah. So you're just seeing images that are familiar, and you're associating those images with TV. If those same images were in a movie, and then they put it on TV, you would probably say, oh, the TV looks really cinematic.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You want to know what usually does it? Is usually on TV, it's filmed differently. It's not filmed 24 frames per second.
Right.
It doesn't have the same kind of cinematic quality and how they push the camera around and all that other stuff. And they have these limited sets. And so the camera moves differently because you're not limited to sets, or they have different kinds of sets, or they're doing different kinds of things. So it kind of like liberates the camera and the direction a little bit more. But Mandalorian's been using the volume and all this other stuff, all this like kind of high quality stuff.
Yeah.
To begin with, so we're kind of used to that already. It's nothing like we haven't seen before.
That's what I was going to bring up is that show used the volume, and the one thing that would make this feel more cinematic is to not use the volume and actually shoot on location on sets. I'm sure they do use the volume for some of these, but some of the settings seem cool. It doesn't tell you what the movie's about.
I think it's about like him trying to get Grogu to his people. Or like to find out where he's from.
Yeah, the two interesting things I thought in
That's
here
the mystery.
Were the Hutts threatening him. They're like, you'll suffer, and then he will suffer. And then that line where he's like, he's going to live centuries beyond me, and I won't be there to protect him all the time. So is it just a bunch of side quests strung together? Will there be an overarching thing? Is he trying to deliver him somewhere? I'm not sure what the story is, but it's got Sigourney Weaver. That's legit, I guess.
Well,
she was in a TV show recently. What was that?
She's been doing a lot of like random ass stuff.
Yeah.
And she's been on TV, The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart.
Okay.
Call My Agent, SpongeBob.
Okay.
She was in The Defenders 6 years ago. She's in the new Tomb Raider show.
Oh, she is in the Tomb Raider show. That's right.
So all that to say is I don't know that she's actually taking a ton of like
she's in Avatar
prestige roles at this point. She was in the Avatar movie.
She was busy. She's been busy with James Cameron and Avatar for the last 5 years.
She was in a movie called The Gorge, which was on Apple Plus.
That's right. She was in The Gorge. Oh my God. I forgot
She was in
about
a movie
that.
called Dust Bunny.
She's trying to get all of her affairs in order.
She returned as Dana Barrett in Ghostbusters Afterlife too, which was kind of fun.
Dust Bunny came out last year. Did you even hear of it? It made $1 million.
No.
Nope. Oh, it made $1 million. Good for Dust Bunny.
So
yeah, all right.
Citing Sigourney Weaver at this stage of her career is
you've proven your point.
Is like not as bad.
Yeah.
And obviously he's in a bad place right now, but it's like Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Towards the end of his career, it was like, he's not actually. They're not actually taking. They're just taking roles at this point.
Taking
they're not,
work.
They're not doing much.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not doing anything of consequence.
Okay. Big question. Star Wars. How much does this movie fucking make? Do you think? Is it going to be just okay, underperform, overperform?
Well, what's the budget? Do we have any idea what the budget
is? This is a tricky one. Hold on. Let me see.
I don't think it makes more than 300 million.
It looks pretty pricey.
300 million international or just in the domestic
total?
Well, that I don't know.
Reported budget is about 160 million, which is actually kind of low for a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I don't think it makes. Maybe it cracks 400, but I doubt it.
So, Solo the last non-main Star Wars movie? Right.
I think so. Yeah,
that was in 2018.
Yeah,
392 million total.
Solo finished just under 400 million, huh?
Solo was considered a disappointment.
And that was good. So, shit. I was going to say this thing, 350, 400, but Grogu is a very popular character. And clearly they're going for like a family movie.
I think it makes about 500 or 600.
It could make 500 or 600, and they should be, for 160 cost, that they should be good. That's good.
The last Star Wars movie that did come out, obviously not a comparison not a fair comparison, but was Rise of Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
No, was that the last one?
Yeah, that was the last.
And that was $1 billion.
Yeah, fucking Rise made $1 billion. So it's not making $1 billion. That's for fucking damn sure.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for that 4-quadrant, family fun type movie. I just feel like these movies, they used to be big.
Yeah.
They used to be events.
That's the weird thing is like, I feel a little bit of hype, but not the buzz a Star Wars movie after 7 years would normally get. Now, look, I love that the show was great. The first season was great. Second season, pretty good. Third season, the guys get sidelined because of the Katie Sackhoff Mandalorian storyline. And they're like, Grogu barely does anything. But the best part of the Boba Fett show were the fucking Mandalorian episodes that they shoved in the end that actually completed the story from the Mandalorian season 2 into 3, which was a weird thing itself. So,
all right, let me just throw this out here. I think forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think Mando had about an average of 6 to 7 million viewers.
Okay.
So I don't do the math. Let's say you give them 7, even to go to 10 million viewers.
Yeah.
And you do $20 a ticket. How much you got? 200 million, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So all of the Mando fans go to the movies.
It was the most watched original series on Disney Plus.
All right. Now, if you double it, 400. So I think I'm on the money. It won't break 400.
We'll
so
see.
in 2023, season 3 opened with 5.7 million views in its first 2 days.
So I just doubled that instead of 2 people go.
Yeah.
So
400 million seems safe, but we can't Star Wars. It's weird. It's very weird. We will see
if
what
it makes
happens.
under 400, it's a big disappointment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. May 22nd, we will find out. Listener, let us know what you think. You can join this conversation. Join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. Jock and Nerd. It is a closed, exclusive group just for you. Link in the episode description. All right, let's move on to another trailer. And I think this movie is going to make a lot of money. Toy Story 5. June 19th. Anthony, have you seen, which Toy Stories have you seen?
I've seen the first one. I've seen the second one, but don't remember it. And
Okay.
that's it. So
Really?
I do plan to, in advance of Toy Story 5, probably rewatch maybe all of them.
Rugs.
'Cause it's been a while.
Would you agree that all 4 of them are very good?
Pretty very good. Wow.
I mean,
look at that, look at
okay.
that language.
Would you agree that all 4 of them are really good? Like, I think all 4 of these Toy Story movies, I thought
I feel like they should have stopped at the third one, but like, sure, they're all good.
they're all really good. The third one, they almost fucking get destroyed, but then the fourth one deals with Andy growing up and moving on and Bonnie taking over. And now I just think this is a really clever premise for them to continue Toy Story 5. Bonnie gets an iPad and has the toys are trying to get her to play with kids outside, and the iPad is disrupting this. So it's the old toys versus the new iPad. Anthony, what'd you think of the trailer itself?
I thought it was, I completely agree. I thought it was very clever, very well done. If you're going to continue making these, this seems like the natural progression to make the enemy a screen.
Yeah.
So it got me interested enough to be like, when this movie comes out, I'll see it and I'll make sure I watch all the Toy Stories in advance.
Yeah, that'll be, I think that would be fun. And maybe we should review one of them, but I kind of want to rewatch all of them too, because they're all surprisingly like really good.
Yeah, I'm all in on this.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how far they're going to take it. Like, how far is the commentary going to go on these screens? Is it just a surface thing, or are they really going to try and hammer something home here?
That's a good question.
But so I'm interested. That kind of piqued my interest a lot. So I'm wondering how that's going to turn out. But yeah, I'm all in on this. Sure, I'll watch this. I'll watch the shit out of this thing.
I love it. Woody comes back. So I'm not going to spoil Toy Story 4, but clearly watching this, he was out and he has to come back. It either ends one of two ways, right, Ruggs? Story-wise, either the iPad gets destroyed and dismantled, or they make up and make friends and balance the usage. What is the message they're ultimately going to tell the children? Should be get off the fucking iPad and go outside. Should be the message.
I mean, when you got the Surgeon General and all these people, the people that used to work at all these places telling you, hey, this is not good.
Yeah.
All the studies are showing that it's not good for young kids.
Yeah.
And people are still doing it because it's just the path of least resistance. And it's just easy to put like a pad in front of a kid and, you know, brain melt them.
Yeah.
I don't think, are they going to take the risk of offending people, or everybody kind of knows it and still just like doesn't give a fuck?
I mean, it's no different than when I was a kid. It was television. You just turn on the television, sit your kid down. They're going to shut up for a couple hours while they watch cartoons. That worked on me. It's essentially the same.
But cartoons
Did it work on you?
Cartoons were not on all the time, though.
No, they weren't. That's why you watch reruns of sitcoms in between the cartoons, because that shit was on all the time.
I do remember as a kid, for me at least, when I discovered Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I thought it was heaven.
Yeah. It's like crack,
oh my God,
bro.
there's cartoons all day.
24 hours. I could just sit here and watch this all day long. and be entertained. Yeah, same kind of thing. Although this is a little more invasive, maybe with these.
The iPads.
Yeah, I'll tell you what else I relate to in this is fucking Woody's bald spot shine.
That was funny.
That was hilarious, and I was like, "Oh, Woody's got the bald spot.
He needs a brown marker.
Like someone needs a brown marker." And the dinosaur goes, "Oh no, extinction again!" Like it's some funny shit in here. But yeah, Woody's like, toys are for kids, but tech is everywhere. So I think this is gonna make $1 billion.
I think it'll do really. What did the last one make?
What did the Toy Stories make?
Just throwing numbers out there and run with no context.
I think it's gonna make $1 billion. Toy Story 4 makes $1.03 billion in 2019 against the $200 million production budget. But the first thing I thought of once this trailer ended, I was like, they're making $1 billion. It's
really well.
It's pretty much in the bag. Because people fucking love Toy Stories, all the movies.
They from what I hear, Toy Story 3 is really, really good, and was like the ending that they could have ended it there.
Yeah,
but I think that what is smart about Toy Stories is they don't release these like every 2 years. So
yes,
first one's 95, second one's 1999. 4 years.
Yeah,
between 2 and 3 was 11 years. 2010. Then they go 9 years between 3 and 4.
Yeah,
and then they go 7 years between 4 and 5. So they're like putting enough distance in between the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, okay, like I'm ready for this to come back rather than it being like shoved down your throat. And they're putting enough distance in there to actually figure out like new stories. So,
and have we reached a generation? Has it been long enough that there may be some young parents whose kids are now watching this for the first time that grew up on Toy Story movies? Has it been that long?
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we are
It's
now
been 31 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You've hit a new generation of parents and kids who grew up with these.
Well,
and
now
can take
these
their
young kids are watching Disney Plus. They're binging all this shit. They're watching these movies 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they? I mean, don't spoil it too much, even though it's a movie that came out 16 years ago. But didn't they deal with that in Toy Story 3, like the evolution of playing with toys and like moving on?
That was more 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that Toy Story is always addressing what's happening with toys, but I don't think they've ever addressed this particular thing.
Right.
I think Tarantino loves Toy Story 3 and thinks it should have just ended there.
I agree.
It's like one of his favorite movies, he said. It's kind of funny.
Toy Story 3 is one of 3 animated movies to ever get nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, shit. What are the other 2? Snow White?
Nope.
I'll
take 2 more guesses.
Fuck. One of 3 movies was... Fuck, I don't...
Toy Story 1.
Was it the first Toy Story? No.
One more guess between the 2 of you.
Best animated...
Snow White.
Lion King.
Nope, you're both wrong. It is Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's a terrible movie.
Up.
Up. I should have guessed Up. Wow, Up was nominated. That one deserves a nomination.
Lion King, Lion King's a good guess, though.
Yeah. I thought Snow White had some Oscars, but...
Not Best Picture. Oscars.
Not Best
I don't know
Picture.
about anything else.
Wow. Anyways, June 19, Toy Story is going to destroy box office. Let's move on to this trailer because it seems Bob Odenkirk has now fully entered his old man action hero phase of his career because he is starring in a new movie called Normal that is written by him and Derek Kolstad, who wrote John Wick. It's from the people who brought you John Wick. And unlike Nobody, or similar to Nobody, this time he plays a small town sheriff in Normal, Minnesota, and then fucking shit hits the fan and there's guns and explosions and shit. Anthony, what'd you think? I think this is an A24 movie also.
Is it?
Is it?
I didn't see that.
Maybe that's not what no, it's a Magnolia Pictures.
Yeah.
So it's like a kind of a small indie film. Henry Winkler, Bob Odenkirk, Lena Headey. How did this hit you?
Didn't hit me that well.
No,
no. I listen. I like Bob Odenkirk. I like him in Nobody. I think that works because it's so random.
Yeah.
But then to throw him in another movie where he's kind of acting goofy, but then not. I just couldn't really figure out the tone.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I don't know if you can just keep recreating like old Bob Odenkirk doing this type of stuff. Like if you're gonna make this movie, just make Nobody 3. I don't know. It felt a little odd to me,
Yeah.
but if you make me watch it, I'll watch it.
I mean, I like Bob Odenkirk, and some of this was interesting, and it's different in the sense that he's a guy looking for a peaceful town, doesn't want to really get involved, a small town, and stumbles on something after a botched bank robbery or something. But Ruggs, what'd you think about this and how?
I feel like if Jason Statham can make the same movie over and over again,
Yeah.
so can Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk
This is exactly the same movie as Nobody 2. Like, he goes to a town.
Yeah.
It's really like a fucking full of criminals. And okay, now he's on the criminal shit list, and they're all trying. So on this one, he's a cop.
Yeah.
The other one, he's an assassin. All right, so it's the only difference. It's a small difference. Am I gonna watch this? Probably. Am I gonna love it? I don't know. But yeah, it's it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
I mean, there's some fun gun fu shooting parts in
I'll
here.
watch it. It's a guy shooting other people and kicking ass. And as long as it's good enough to pass the time, I will watch it. I don't know if I'll like it, but I will definitely curious to see it.
Also, there's a hint of Yakuza at the end of the trailer in this town, which got me kind of excited. But I'm a sucker for unassuming dude ends up being a badass when trouble hits type of stories. And that's what this seems like.
I really don't care if it's like an old dude, a young girl, an old girl, anybody who's kicking ass.
Yeah.
Like a fat dude, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. As long as it's done well and it's entertaining, I'm there.
It's April 17th. The only thing I see maybe an issue is the director. This guy's name is Ben Wheatley, and he has done things like The Meg 2, The Trench, Generation Z TV series. Not a lot of known or big, something called Bulk in 2025. So that makes me a little worried, is this director. Doesn't have a lot of credits, and there's a lot of questionable.
Maybe this is his opus. Who knows?
Maybe they're giving him a chance, and he's got something. Yeah, but he's known for things like Free Fire, Sightseers. Never heard of these movies. Kill List. So that might be an issue. We'll see. April 17th. All right, let's move on to this one. This one's fun. We are getting 2 Game of Thrones shows this year.
Geek boner.
Big year for Game of Thrones. As Night of the Seven Kingdoms wraps up, we're going to review that season. HBO releases a trailer for House of the Dragon season 3. And I got to tell you, I don't really remember what happened at the end of season 2. Anthony, do you remember? When did that show end?
When did it end?
When did season 2 come out? I'm going to look it up.
I think it was like 2 years ago, right?
Because all I remember is
I recently just watched a recap of season 2 because I wanted to get up to date on it, given that there's a new season coming out. It ends with Aemond is the king. Aemond is the king, regent king, because he took out his brother, and he flew over to, I forget her fucking name, Rhaenyra's castle with Vhagar.
Yeah,
and he stops because she's got like multiple dragons because she's taken all the bastards and putting them in front of dragons so that she can recruit more dragons to her army.
Bastard crew.
She formed a team. That's right.
Yeah.
That was 2024. So it was 2 fucking years ago. All I remember is they were building up to this battle, and then there was no fucking battle. So this looks like we're getting to the battle. What'd you think of this trailer, Anthony?
Yeah, I thought it looked good. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any idea of how long they're stretching out House of the Dragons.
I think only 4 seasons.
So one more after this?
I think so.
I know Dance of the Dragons is what they're basing it off of. I've liked this show. This one, the show, I think what they need to be able to balance is they got to keep it. There's an epic portion of it, right, with the dragons and the battles, but at the heart of it is this story between 2 women that were best friends, maybe even lovers, who knows?
Yeah.
And because of politics and sexism and the crown, their friendship was destroyed. And like they have to keep in mind like the heart of it, and if they can do that, I think it'll be good. I think I've liked House of the Dragon so far. So
and they're fighting for the seat, essentially, right?
Yeah. Aemond is well. It ended with Alicent going to Rhaenyra and saying she will open up the doors to King's Landing and let them in.
That's
let
right.
them take over.
That's right. And they say that in this trailer.
Yeah.
And he goes, this is the moment you become queen. But dude, these fucking ship scenes with Corlys and dragons, holy shit, it looks epic.
Well, the Lannisters have recruited one of the armies from the Free City. I think the Golden Company.
Okay. I see. I forgot.
There's going to be water battles. There's going to be land battles.
Whoa, I forgot all that shit.
Watch there's some recaps.
I'll watch a recap. Yeah. And they'll recap before. Rugsy, you hyped for this shit based on this trailer?
I'm always hyped for Game of Thrones. Every single time I try and count it out, the new stuff, I end up getting sucked into it.
Yeah.
I'm just one of those people that likes this type of shit. So hopefully, they don't go the way of the first Game of Thrones and fuck up the last 2 seasons. So let's see what happens. Let's see some dragons fighting. Let's see some fucking intrigue and backstabbing. I'm all there for it.
I mean, Damon's covered in blood in a shot here. I love the first season. The second season also pretty good.
I need to recap because I forgot a lot about it.
I forgot a lot of it too. I mean, the first season was like 2022. But the fact that we're getting 2 Game of Thrones shows this year is kind of crazy.
It's nice.
It's very nice. Game of Thrones is back, baby. All right, let's move on to this. Anthony, I need to talk to Cinephile Anthony for a second here. Is he there?
Hey, go get him. Yeah.
Are you here?
Let me go get him.
Can you go get him?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Oh.
Listen, you snobby bastard. You've been following the BAFTAs. It's the British Oscars, right? The BAFTAs.
I looked at the results as soon as I remembered that they were happening. It's the third televised show before the main Oscars. So,
and I have some information here about who won. Do you want to take us through some of the highlights, or should I just give you?
You can go for it.
All right. So, 79th BAFTAs last night in London's Royal Festival Hall, hosted by Alan Cumming. One battle after another takes home 6 awards.
Oh, shit.
Including Best Film, Best Director. Apparently, One Battle, this is a clean sweep of every major precursor award from the Gothams to the BAFTAs for One Battle. So, I feel highly likely that Paul Thomas Anderson is getting at least the Best Director Oscar.
Yeah, it's likely the director. We'll go through the results and then I'll tell you what can potentially happen.
So some surprises and some no surprises. Best Actor goes to this guy named Robert Aramayo for this British independent film called I Swear. He wins. We'll get to that in a second because there's another story about this movie. He won, beating Timmy Chalamet, DiCaprio, Michael B. Jordan. The movie hasn't even opened in the U.S. yet. It's out in England. Sean Penn takes home Best Supporting Actor for One Battle over Benicio del Toro and Stellan Skarsgård, who is favored. Wunmi Mosaku wins Best Supporting Actress for Sinners, which is fantastic. And that's Tiana Taylor have been taking home all those supporting actresses this whole time. And then this is not surprising. Jessie Buckley wins lead actress for Hamnet, which probably means she is a lock for Best Actress Oscar because there's about 500 voters, BAFTA voters, that cross over with Academy voters. But the other thing to note is Best Supporting Actress race has 3 different winners across the Globes, Critics' Choice, and BAFTAs. So that's up in the air. And Marty Supreme, 0 for 11.
Oh, shit.
11 BAFTA nominations, doesn't get anything. I think that's a record.
So, yeah, I have a couple thoughts here. First off, there is a crossover, but it's not as many as you think. There's 11,000 people in the Academy.
Okay.
So
there's 500 that cross.
Yeah, 500. Okay. It's a number.
Yeah.
You said something that was wrong, and then you corrected yourself. You said Tiana Taylor's won everything, and then you said that she hasn't. She split everything. That is correct. So,
right.
So, taking a step back before the Oscars, there's these awards that are precursors. So it's like the Critics' Choice, the Golden Globes, the BAFTAs, which is what you're talking about, and then
the SAG Awards are coming, and the
what do you call those?
The directors.
I know that's the SAG, but the
Actors
the branch awards.
Oh, okay.
So you have the SAG, PGA's the producers, DGA,
right.
WGA, all that shit. So, anyways, 3 of those have happened, and the SAG the Actor Awards is gonna be televised on Netflix, I believe, this weekend.
Yep.
There's the DGAs; those are also, or PGAs; those are also important. So, anyways, let's just say take out what's obvious. Best director is pretty much locked up. PTA's got it. Best actress, what's her name?
Jessie Buckley's winning it.
Pretty much got it.
Yeah.
The best actor, although that was a surprise.
Yeah.
I think Timmy is still pretty heavy favorite.
Okay.
It'll depend if the SAG, which is the Actor Awards, if they don't give him the award, it's possible because they gave it to him last year.
Yeah.
Then there might be some, interest in the actor race, but I still think he's pretty much got it.
Okay.
Now the supporting cat awards are pretty interesting now because there's been different winners at each of the awards. So for supporting actress, Amy Madigan in Weapons won Critics' Choice. Tiana Taylor won at the Globes, and now
Wunmi Mosaku
is won at the that's the last one, BAFTAs.
Yeah.
So then the SAG Awards, it could be if Amy Madigan wins, it gets interesting. If Wunmi wins, I would say she's the favorite. If Tiana Taylor wins, then I'd say she's the favorite.
Okay.
The best supporting actor awards are also crazy. So Critics' Choice, Jacob Elordi won for Frankenstein.
Right.
Then Golden Globe, Stellan Skarsgård won.
Yeah.
Then Sean Penn won.
Yeah.
This one. Sean Penn was initially the favorite, but then he lost all these. Now, the SAG Awards are coming up. If Benicio wins...
Oh, that's 4.
That's 4. Then it's really up for grabs because then you've got those 4 and Delroy Lindo. Stellan Skarsgård cannot win the SAG because he's not even nominated. So...
Oh, shit.
We're going to know a lot more after the SAG. Now, Best Picture, I Won Battles won everything. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If the SAG Awards give Wunmi the win, and they give Best Ensemble to Sinners, then it's a real interesting race. Or if the PGA give it to Sinners, then we still could potentially have a race for Best Picture. And if Wunmi Mosaku wins the Oscar that night, then a lot of people will think actually Sinners might come back real late and win.
Sinners' late push could be an upset.
The Wunmi Mosaku in supporting actress for Best BAFTA might have set a chain reaction to Sinners potentially winning.
Oh man, Oscar voting opens this Thursday.
Then you might ask, okay, why do the precursor awards have any impact? Well, some of them have overlap. So you mentioned BAFTA.
Yeah.
They're like the SAG, which is the Screen Actors or the Actors Awards. All those have overlap.
Yeah.
And also, all the members of the Academy watch all these events, so they can get influenced by the people that are seeing who's already up there and won.
Yep, it's definitely going to swing either way. Wow, so that's still a little exciting. It's not as locked in as I thought.
It's exciting enough if you're following where you're like, okay, not one battle's not going to win everything.
Yeah.
It certainly could. Don't get me wrong, but there's some stuff here if you're following the precursors and getting really nerdy about it, where you can go, okay, some of these races might be exciting the night of.
So the BAFTAs were trending all over social media last night, but it wasn't because of who won things. Did you guys see any of this?
I just heard someone in the audience start yelling.
Well, so what happened was, I got to try to be delicate here. So that British independent movie, I Swear, is about an individual with Tourette's. That individual's name is John Davidson, and he's the subject of the film. That guy who won the award played him. So he was at the BAFTAs. And he has Tourette's, right? And so they warned everyone at the BAFTAs that you might hear someone yelling expletives and things. Please understand, this is a person with Tourette's here. And indeed, he was yelling out kind of swear words and things. But what happened was Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo went up to present the BAFTA for Best Visual Effects. And apparently you can hear a loud, audible N-word yelled by John Davidson.
Oh, shit.
That is the nightmare scenario right there
on television.
Wow.
The BAFTAs did issue an apology today, and they did not cut it from the delay of the telecast. So you could go watch this somewhere, but I saw this story all day today, and I was like, oh, my Lord. What do you do And they,
I don't know. I think
Michael B. Jordan
crazy.
Ballerino handled it with dignity. I feel like I don't think they did anything, but it is a very awkward incident.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is what you call stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? Where
Yeah.
you got a guy with Tourette's. That, you know, I mean, I've been around people with Tourette's, and they can say random ass things like involuntarily.
Don't people usually run to the defense of these people like all the time?
So
like,
two things have been happening.
Well, who do you defend?
No, people have been running to his defense, right? Because they're like, you know, have some compassion, blah, 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 Tourette's. But the other side of this conversation is that the words someone yells when they have this, they're not random. They don't just make up.
Wait, how do you know that though?
But they say things that connect, that trigger them, and that connect with an experience they had or a way they feel that they can't control. So he had Tourette's, but also he saw them, and this was the thing that was triggered. And so I don't know.
I think we're all out of our depth on this one.
I'm just saying, I don't know nothing about
I think we
Tourette's.
just move on from that one.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any explaining you can do because you don't know.
No, but
I got nothing for you on this.
no, I had to mention
This is
that this happened because it was crazy.
It is funny. Go ahead, Rugg. Sorry.
This is extremely nuclear stuff. We don't want to get near this
listener
shit.
can come to his own conclusion. I've just presented you. That was the facts that happened. This people went on. This guy yelled this thing. He's got a condition.
We need a doctor to weigh in here.
Yes.
We don't need everyone looking up on WebMD and then going, okay, this is what we think he meant by that.
I mean, you know, he could have yelled out something like banana yogurt.
Maybe
he didn't yell that out.
Maybe he listens to rap music. I don't know.
Maybe he does. That's possible.
But you were like, maybe he could have yelled, like he has control over what he's going to yell.
No, but there's connection of a reason. I don't know. I'm just saying this is a no-win situation.
You're moving from the facts to your opinion, Imran. I don't know if you're going in the right spot.
It's very...
This is all I'll say is that it happened and it was wild.
That is wild. I didn't realize the full extent of that.
Yeah.
That's wild. You could hear it. They didn't cut it out. Anyways, okay. Last thing, Anthony, I got to ask you, I got some jock news. I know Ruggs wants to know. We're all very curious.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano are going to fight on Netflix. What the fuck? How did this happen? What is going on here?
I mean, how did it happen? Netflix ponied up a shit ton of money to two old women.
Yes. I mean, look, Ronda Rousey, 39. Gina Carano, I believe, is like 42.
43, I believe.
So Rousey hasn't fought since 2016, and Carano hasn't competed in 17 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fight that everyone wanted to see a long time ago.
I mean, like, we've just seen this with Tyson, doing Tyson with Roy Jones.
This is not UFC. This is Jake Paul's production company.
Yeah, we've seen shit like this before.
So, you know, right away, you're like, this could be a stunt gimmick, cash grabby thing.
I mean, it is stunty, but I mean, sure, they're gonna both train and they're both gonna fight. It's just they're both, in terms of like competitive MMA, they're both very irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
In terms of like name and popularity and what they meant for the sport, they're both two women pioneers for the sport, and you know, they're cashing up off of it. I wouldn't look anything other than they're both looking to make money, and if you want to see two of the women that were pioneers, and frankly were pioneers because there's a segment of the audience that thought they were hot,
right,
and they were winning. Like, this is the fight.
I feel like they tried to make this match happen a bunch of times.
They did,
and I think that Carano had a career going, and so she didn't really need to do it. So she wanted it on her terms, and it didn't happen. So now that she's kind of not been doing much, I think that there's the opportunity, and not only that, but I feel like that the money that they were offering, she was on Rogan saying she was offered a $1 million fight. I'm like, whoa, that's nothing. Get into the ring. Don't these guys make $3 or $4 million every time that they do?
I'm sure they're making much more for this fight than $1 million.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe the money is worth it to do it now. And not only that, people still wanted to see this fight. They always wanted to see this fight.
So they never fought.
No, they've never fought.
No, Carano left before Rousey came in.
Yeah, Ruggs is right that Rousey, the UFC tried to make this fight when Rousey was actually like the best in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Carano, it never materialized for whatever reason. I think a part of it is what Rugg said. Carano had a career.
Yeah.
But she didn't really need to do this. And I mean, now she's doesn't have that same career. And they're gonna cash in on this one. And they tried. They went to the UFC to make it. The UFC didn't feel like paying the amount that they wanted to pay for this.
I see.
Part of that's because the UFC is no longer on pay-per-view. So
right.
A lot of Ronda and I think what Gina probably wanted was a percentage of the pay-per-view. They don't do pay-per-view anymore, so there's that. And MVP, which is Jake Paul's thing, they want to make a big splash. They're already working with Netflix. Netflix likes these types of like big event fights that can be also circus type fights, and it fits their profile. So yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna watch it May 16th. Although I will say the last one, the Tyson Jake Paul fight had tons of buffering issues, and it was kind of hard to watch.
Well, that wasn't the last fight they did. They did a boxing fight between Canelo Alvarez and Crawford that went fine.
Oh, I saw also Mayweather Pacquiao is happening.
Yeah,
later this year.
49 and Pacquiao's like 46 or something.
Yeah, they're
like that.
both kind of old dudes.
Kind of, they're old.
Oh, they're old dudes. I saw Pacquiao was in that physical 100.
Older, but so I guess that
Asia. Yeah, they ain't got nothing on me, motherfuckers. But
what much money would it take for you to get in the ring?
Oh, I mean, I do for $1 million.
$1 million? Okay.
I'd take a beating for $1 million.
All right, guys, scrape up some dough.
You give me $1 million.
Who are you gonna fight though?
I don't know. Some other fucking fat fuck. It's only fair.
All right, this is the matchup.
Well,
Imran's got to fight either Kevin Smith or Devin Faraci. One of the two.
See, I was going somewhere. I like those ideas. I think they're both great. I was going to go, let's just capitalize on like the nationalism and like the potential for war.
Yeah.
Go Imran. Keep in mind, Imran Pakistani with vitiligo fight an Indian with vitiligo.
Oh, shit. An Indian with vitiligo.
India versus Pakistan vitiligo edition.
Oh, my God.
So you don't really know who's who or what's going on. You guys are like, is this two European men
Is this
fighting?
two white guys? No, that's the crazy thing. Losing country has to give up their nuclear weapons. Let's put some big stakes on it.
Let's put some real stakes on it.
Real stakes.
That'll get you training with that mace at home that's probably sitting on the fucking ledge with like dust on it.
Oh, absolutely. It's
When's
holding
the last
down.
time you swung that mace around your head?
No. I use it to hold down the rug so it doesn't curl up. That's what it's being used for. Listen, I'm going to call the guys from RRR. Start training right away. Someone pony up.
He's like completely honest about what he's doing with that.
Hey, I got no time for that anymore. This ain't fucking pandemic era when I'm sitting at home. I can exercise. I don't got fucking time for this shit.
You gave that up. You gave that mace up long before the pandemic.
No. I tried to. It stayed when we went back to work, but then I was like, I don't got fucking time for this anymore. Fuck this shit. And then my sister borrowed my kettlebell, and then I was like, whatever. I'm done. That was enough for a lifetime. Anyways, I'm not going to be fighting Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey, but they will be fighting on Netflix May 16th. Let's take a break here, fellas. We'll play some promos and get into Game of Thrones, a Night of the Seven Kingdoms review right after this, sir.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Have you ever been reading through a stack of comics and thought, maybe I should see what this Arkham Asylum game is all about? Or been playing Marvel vs. Capcom and felt like you were at a real disadvantage since you didn't know who half the characters were? Well, Play Comics is the show for you. I'm Chris, and each episode we take a look at video games based on comic properties and how well they stick to that source material. So whether you know the comics and want to know how all these games work, or you know the games and want to find out where all this craziness came from, go check out Play Comics at playcomics.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Attention podcast listeners and YouTube watchers. I'm Logan, the host of Mostly Superheroes, a weekly pursuit for the world's best stories with an emphasis on live-action superhero stuff. Every week, join me, PC Mike, The Giggler, Scotty Scoop, and Carrie as we talk MCU, DCU, books, TV, movies, and more. MostlySuperheroes.com is where you want to be. Watch us on YouTube, listen where you get your podcast, and we'll see you Sunday on Patreon. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Jock and Nerd.
Listener, if you enjoy the show, this is a great time to join our Patreon fan club. Just visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Jock and Nerd.
link in the episode description, and you can give back to all this entertainment we've been fucking pushing out for about 11 years now. Free shows every week, but we appreciate any and all support we can get. For as little as $3 a month listener, you can get access to an exclusive podcast feed where these shows come out a little bit early. There's bonus movie reviews, instant reactions to movies, bonus content. You can join us for our monthly Discord hangouts. We just had one last week. It was lots of fun. The next one will be March 26th, once a month, and other fun stuff to keep the show going. Thank you for your continued support. jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Check it out right now. Okay, gang, let's get into this week's review. We are going to be reviewing the first season of HBO's A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Here is your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
This is a show created by Ira Parker and George R.R. Martin, the third Game of Thrones show. This is an adaptation of a bunch of novellas known as the Tales of Dunk and Egg. And really, all you got to know is the two leads, which is Peter Claffey playing Sir Duncan Dunk the Tall and Dexter Saul Ansell as his squire, Egg. We'll get into who Egg is. But on Rotten Tomatoes, this thing is 93%. Anthony, what is A Night of the Seven Kingdoms about? Also, I should mention 6 half-hour episodes.
Night in the Seven Kingdoms, I think, occurs somewhere between like 80 to 90 years after House of the Dragon.
Correct.
I think 80 to 90 years before Game of Thrones.
Right in the middle, yes.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah.
And it follows a hedge knight, Sir Dunk the Tall, or Duncan of Fleabottom, who has lost his mentor, Sir Arlen Pennytree, and is attending a festival or a duel for knights because he wants to prove himself as a knight. And along the way, he comes across a little boy named Egg that wants to become his squire. And Sir Dunk has to deal with mentoring this little kid while also trying to prove himself as a knight in a kingdom that does not respect people of his ilk.
Yeah. And it's their adventures together, essentially. Also of note, I guess at this point in the lore, like, dragons are a myth. It's been long enough that there's no dragons. People just consider them myth. The Targaryens, though, are still in charge, but everybody hates them. And they're kind of towards the end of their rule here. And they have nobody has dragons. So it's kind of interesting because then when you see in Game of Thrones, the dragons.
It's not that the dragons are myth. It's just they've not been around for a while.
For a long time. Yeah.
And there's a couple of add-ons. Actually, I've been listening to a lot of Game of Thrones stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Give it to us.
The dragons haven't been around a while. So there's people that are questioning the Targaryens because the Targaryens, if you remember, took over Westeros because they have dragons. But now they don't have dragons. So everyone's like, why the fuck are these guys the leaders of Westeros?
Right.
Don't have any dragons.
Kind of a lame duck.
And Westeros has always thought of the Targaryens as weird motherfuckers. Anyways, outsiders, because they came over with the dragons.
Yeah.
They had this blonde hair.
Yeah.
They fuck each other.
Yeah.
So Westeros has always questioned them. So now they're really questioning them. Second thing here is about 12 years before this show starts, there is another Targaryen civil war. It's like, I believe it's called the Blackfire Rebellion.
Yes, which we see a bit of in the flashback, right?
And what that is the king, and I'm going to forget their fucking names because there's so many different kings.
Yeah.
The Targaryen king at that point had a ton of bastard children, and he names he names Daemon Blackfire his bastard child. He legitimizes him and gives him Blackfire, which is Aegon the First's dagger.
Yeah.
And basically there is a civil war between all the Blackfires and the people that support them that now have been legitimized as Aegon, as one of the sons of the Targaryens. And then is it Daemon? The current king, who's Daemon Targaryen, who is not a warrior. He's more of like a nerd. And there's a civil war between them, but the Daemon Targaryen ends up crushing the Blackfire Rebellion.
Oh, it was a Targaryen civil war. Okay.
The second one, yeah.
Yeah, and they show you, and I believe they moved that up in the timeline in this show to have the flashback with a young Dunk and the battlefield,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. They're that battlefield of the young Dunk is them coming across battle of the Blackfire.
So there's so much lore that it's literally like studying history or the Bible or something once you get into it, right? But I want to know your opening thoughts, because the beauty of this show is they managed to make it self-contained and pretty standalone. I feel like you can enjoy this if you've never watched either of the other shows.
You want my thoughts or Ruggs?
Yeah, let's start with you.
Okay. I really like this show. In fact, I loved this show.
Oh, no way.
I fucking loved it. I caught on late. I didn't watch it. I probably watched all of it within a week.
Nice.
You somewhat spoiled the beginning of the first show, and I thought, I'm not all that enthused to have to go watch this. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
And the show just very quickly won me over. It's a very sweet, small show in comparison to all the Game of Thrones, but there's a shit ton of heart. There is all the tethers to the main universe, but at the end of the day, it's about this friendship between a giant and a man and a boy.
Yeah.
And it's also about class and how this knight who wants to become something and then realizes what that something really entails and decides that maybe that isn't for him, but has these morals and principles. And it's like, it's a kind of a hero's journey as well.
Yep.
And also about like just becoming a man. Like this guy Dunk is lost without his mentor and trying to figure his way out. And I listened to this on a podcast. I think it was Screen Crush, and I completely agree. It's about this guy that it's about like adulthood and how like you as an adult, you don't get to choose when you become an adult. It just kind of happens.
Yeah. And
through meeting this kid, Egg, and all that entails and having to become his mentor, he is forced to grow up amongst any other things that happen in the show that make him grow up. So yeah, there's a lot of like deep themes if you really want to get into that. But overall, I just found it to be a very entertaining show. I really fell in love with the characters. It's always been about the characters of Game of Thrones. That's when it peaks, is when you have great characters, and they have that here. And there was a pretty cool fight. And yeah, I would say like some of these episodes where I was just like, this is some of the best Game of Thrones stuff they've ever done. So yeah. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time with it.
Yep. For a fantasy Game of Thrones show, it is surprisingly relatable, which is one of the fun things this show does in the writing. Ruggs, here's the real question. What did you think? Opening thoughts. Did you like this show?
I liked it.
Get the fuck out of here.
I liked it. I was against this show from the get-go. I was like a lighthearted, comedic take on Game of Thrones that's just full of jokes and whatever. And you know what? It has some of that in there, but that's not what the show is about.
Yep.
The reason why the show is so good is because it's very simple. It doesn't have a million characters you got to get to know. You don't have to fucking know anything about Game of Thrones. You just got to be into this knight and this kid. And they both have their reasons. Like you have this kid who's coming from the most powerful place in the entire world at the moment. He wants to escape that and run away. And you have this knight who's not looking for grandeur. Like he has so many opportunities to up his level, and he always wants to be on his own and kind of continue what he knows from his knight that he was serving when he was a squire. So it's a very kind of like an honorable pairing of two people, and it's wholesome in a way.
Yeah.
Like you're like, this friendship is wholesome. Like you don't think that, he's trying to diddle a kid or anything like that. There's nothing weird like Game of Thronesy like that, where weird shit, like, where people fuck feet and stuff like the other shows. But, so it's like everything's wholesome and like, and on the up and up, and I'm into it. And there's also like, they do manage to like put some, threads here and there that kind of heighten the tension. Like now he's involved with, this family that is kind of like, this we know that these people are the Targaryens are like, you can't trust them. They're always like brimming on the side of evil, you know. So you got that, and you just have like the fact that like he had to rally all these people to his cause, and even though he had no respect, still people decided that even though they looked at him like he was a piece of shit, that his cause was just. He was falsely accused. He was standing up for one of them.
Yeah, for knights, upholding the honor of a knight.
Yes, he was standing up for the right thing, and then like some asshole Targaryen prince is gonna fucking just do whatever the fuck he wants, and they were like, no, we're not. So it was like kind of nice. It's like a fuck you to the when the man is crooked and when the man is not on the up and up. It's like you gotta stand up to it, right? So we can all rally around. So all the themes in this is easy to rally around. This is a show that's very easy. It's like it's a lob. They're just lobbing it right into your lap. It's not a fastball. You easily catch this one. All right. So it's great.
Yeah. I also love this show. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love that it's small, that it's just focused on one area. I love that it doesn't take itself too seriously in the beginning. There's a lot of funny moments, but every episode to me got better and better as it went. And there's stakes. They're not like huge stakes, but they're very personal stakes that you very quickly get invested in. The chemistry between these two guys is fantastic. I love the character development. The reveal of who Egg was also great, set up very well. And the repercussions of what happens, we'll talk about like what this leads to is all because of one asshole fucking Targaryen. But this Game of Thrones, when the Targaryens show up, shit's going to get fucked up.
Well,
and you expect that, and they deliver that. But it's very relatable. Like Dunk is very naive, always needs someone. You see him in different parts of his life. He needs someone to egg him along, to show him what to do. But he's just will say the wrong thing at the wrong time, can't read the room. He's very funny, and the guy playing him was fucking great. We can dive in. I mean, it's so good. So you get the poop joke in the beginning of the first episode. You get giant dick in the beginning of the second episode. So you have vomiting and urinating and pooping and these things to kind of lighten it. But then it gets serious, and the action bits were great too. Just seeing the trial through the perspective of Dunk, all claustrophobic. It was always from his point of view, and you get that, and it worked.
So many comments. I'll just pick up on where you were though with the fight scene. I mean, while not as big as the fight scenes we got in Game of Thrones or House of Dragon, I thought that was one of the best film fight scenes Game of Thrones has ever done. I mean, the intent of what they were doing was to make you feel like you were him. Yeah. And you certainly, when you're in that, when they film it from his POV, like they do that shot where like
inside the helmet.
Well, they like zoom past everyone and they go into his helmet. Yep. And you feel like you're him, and you hear like the sound editing and how it like gets like all muted and all that. And just like you feel the panic that he has where he's just frozen and he's like, I can't even fucking see. I've never even done this before. Yes. And I'm getting my fucking ass kicked. I mean, like at parts I was like laughing because it's like, it's kind of comedic how he like is such a klutz in there. Yeah. But also I'm like, you're feeling the pain every time he gets stabbed. I'm just like, oh my God, he's just getting brutalized here. So like the fight scenes were great. I also want to comment. I think actually in terms of like Ruggs' opinion on Dunk, I actually read it a little differently in that I think in the beginning of the show, he wanted to become part of these royal families and become like the highborn. Yeah. But once he realizes what it's really like, the morals that Sir Arlen imbued in him from the beginning, like when Sir Arlen saves him as a drunk ass, it's great, but still just goes out of his way to save him. Yeah, like the vows that a knight have, that over and his like upbringing and his principles overweigh the desire to become a knight of the High Lords. So I think he just evolves and realizes like, hey, like I'm not gonna I'm not going to cross my own principles just because I have this like dream. And I think what makes that relatable is there are so many of us that like think in the moment that we would do the same things he would do,
Right.
but actually we wouldn't. Most people would just take the money.
Yeah.
Most
Right.
people would just take the glory. So it's cool to see a character like this that I like put up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
But also you can feel where you'd be like, I can see where he'd have that conflict of like, should I do this or not?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's a guy ultimately will do the right thing.
There's a line in the book because I've been reading a lot of
man.
shit,
Yeah.
and they don't put it in the show. And I think the showrunner said, I got this from Screen Crush podcast.
Oh yeah.
The showrunner said that they missed on not putting it in here. But the line in the book is because these are all based on the novellas of Dunk and Egg. There's 3 of them,
Right.
and there's a line in the book where Steely Pate is arming Dunk right before he's about to go into this like trial of 7, and he's like something along the lines of, you know, what'll they even remember me for? Like, that's the point of me doing this,
Right.
And Steely Pate, I wish they had it in the show. Because he just goes, they'll remember you as a knight who remembered his vows.
Ah.
Because all these knights in the show take the vow to protect the innocent.
Right.
Really, all the knights you ever see in Game of Thrones are these knights that are protecting the highborns. So they're not really protecting the innocent. So this version of a knight is really what a knight should be. It's yet no one in this universe acts like a knight. And then people get to see this person and they're like, oh my God, like he is what a knight should be.
Well, that's the thing that's kind of a good dichotomy because a hedge knight's like the lowest kind of knight you can be. It's like you don't even belong to a place.
Right.
You're just kind of like a sellsword, or you just show up
Like a mercenary almost.
Yeah, and then they're always like called like robbers, like robber knights, because they're broke and sometimes they resort to like shit.
Yeah.
So it's like he's being a good knight in spite of being a hedge knight.
Yep.
And it's kind of like a weird, like a good hedge knight. Like it's like, aren't you guys pieces of shit?
Right.
So so he's kind of like the bottom rung of knights.
Oh yeah, he's from Flea Bottom.
Yeah. Even we see Flea Bottom in Westeros. He's living in the fucking underneath buildings and shit. But I think he realizes that the Targaryens even don't uphold the law of the knight. And that's why Baelor rides in and joins him. Because Baelor was a good guy. Baelor was like an actual good Targaryen.
Oh, when Baelor rides in and they play the Game of Thrones store,
so great.
Well,
he's like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
He's not a white hair though.
He is not because his mother is a Tyrell.
Oh, he's a Tyrell.
His father is Darren.
Yeah.
And Darren, the Dorne has been like the last kingdom that has like rebelled against the 7 kingdoms.
Right.
And Targaryens have tried to incorporate that into Westeros for years, and they've used dragons and they keep failing, and Dorne's like this weird place. So Darren did it by marriage.
That's why his daughter's the black hair too.
Yes.
Yeah, because Pedro Pascal's Oberon Tyrell, right? Dorne is full of the Tyrell. So it's their
So that's why Baelor Breakspear, Baelor Targaryen is black haired. He has like little streaks of white, but that's why he's black haired.
I mean, episodes 4 and 5 were so great, but the whole sequence of Darren, is it Darren that fucks with the girl Tencel?
Arryn.
Oh, Arryn. Yeah. So Arryn sees the play and she's got a dragon and she kills the Targaryen and he gets mad. And
she doesn't kill a Targaryen. The play has nothing to do with the Targaryens.
Oh,
but Arryn is so.
Why was he mad at?
Out? Well, because he just sees a dragon getting killed. And
and he takes it personally. Yeah.
He thinks it like symbolizes him or something.
Yes.
Yeah, and he like breaks her hand, and Dunk sees this and punches him out.
Well, what's his name?
Egg comes and gets him. Yeah. They're hurting the girl, sir. Come quick. And so he punches him out, and instead of what should have happened, it should have been Arryn versus Dunk in a one-on-one battle. This punk-ass bitch pulls out some ancient fucking thing that's obscure, that hasn't been done, the trial of the 7, and everyone's like, what the fuck is that? And because of that, he's got to find 6 people. And that sequence is great. And he rallies people, but then some of his people flip to the other side. And that's when Baelor Targaryen shows up. But ultimately, it comes down to Dunk versus Aerion. And at first I was like, yeah, you're not a trade knight, but you're fucking huge, bro. And he tries to use his size, but he was getting knocked around left and right everywhere. You're like, I mean, he's wearing the helmet. His eye still gets fucked up. He shoved the thing through the helmet. But I loved when he beat him down and made him yield and made him go say, I take back my accusation to end the fucking thing. Holy shit, that whole thing. And the fact that some people didn't like this. I love that he got hit so hard, it sent him into a flashback. It's fantastic. So we get to see.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Just while we're on the fight, though, that fight scene reminded me, Ruggs, Imran, you'll appreciate this. Every time he would get stabbed, I just thought of like 80s fight scenes where like the hero is just getting pummeled. Yeah. And still keeps going. And the part where he doesn't kill him, which is obviously a noble thing, and makes him say, I quit, Ruggs and Imran again. That reminded me of in Bloodsport when Frank Dux takes Chong Li's head and goes, say it,
sealed,
say it, and quits.
They should have done that.
They should have done that.
It's very much in that.
Say it.
It's a lot like that.
Oh. Sometimes quitting is more embarrassing than dying.
He just rather just kill me. He should have fucking killed him.
Now, do you think that the brother killed Baelor on purpose?
So that is a debate, I guess, in the books too. I don't think he did.
I think he just got caught up in the moment and hit him a little too hard.
Apparently in the book, he doesn't even remember that he hit him like that.
Oh, shit.
But then there's some controversy, and it might be a spoiler for next season, that
Maekar.
No, not that Maekar, but that someone involved in the Blackfires told one of the Kingsguard to actually kill him.
Yeah, because
there's a whole thing where the part of the reason why Baelor is in the fight, but obviously besides being noble and like helping the innocent and also trying to curry favor with the public, because the public hates Targaryens,
right?
Is Baelor knows that the Kingsguard can't touch him.
Right. They weren't supposed to touch him. He was going to be safe.
He can distract them.
Yeah. He could just keep him away. Yeah.
But there's like speculation from like readers of the book that like the Kingsguard knew this, and that would be why that they could kill him in this situation and get away with it
because his guard would be down a little bit.
Right.
Oh, so that whole, I mean, when he walks,
crazy too.
He's crazy when he walks in. He's like, this helmet feels a little funny. Can you help me take this off? And
just like, my fingers are like wood.
My fingers are like wood. Apparently, that's all right from the book. And it was his kid's armor, right? So it didn't fit, and he's got a huge hole in the back of his head. And Dunk feels bad because the Baelor stepped up and backed him, and he died. But I love what Lionel Baratheon, who's a great character, I love what he says in that last episode. He goes, I saved your life. These guys saved your life. He went up because he knew he wasn't going to get touched. He goes, he risked nothing for you. And makes him, he's like, you shouldn't be that upset about it. But all of this whole sequence of events, Anthony, maybe you can inform me, does it essentially not lead to the mad Targaryen king? It's because of all this, because Baelor probably would have been next in line, and he was actually a good guy. And because of it, that fucking Aerion and this whole thing, and picking Trial 7, like eventually this leads to the Mad King.
Yeah, in a way it does. It's so yeah, Baelor was a good guy. What was good about Baelor apparently was, unlike his dad, who's a nerd, Baelor is a good guy that is smart but also a warrior. So like he helped crush the Blackfire Rebellion. And yeah, if he would have been king, things could have been different. But they're not. To Ruggs's point too, on like, I think the reason why Maekar, if you're looking at just the show canon, when Maekar is talking to Dunk, at least I got the impression that when he's talking to him, he goes, whenever there's a crop that doesn't grow or something bad happens, they're going to say that Baelor wouldn't have let that happen. And they're going to blame me. He's like, all the fools will blame me for doing that. So I think he does feel regret about the whole thing. But then Dunk also has that regret where it's like, if I would have just given up my foot, like this great man could have been king.
Yeah.
They're both feeling that regret. But yeah, that whole scene, I mean, where Dunk like bows to him and he's like, I'm your man and all that shit. But did you catch the line that Maycor said to him, Maycor's son, the drunk?
Yeah.
Did you catch that line?
No, when he meets him in the bar.
Yeah.
Well, this is essentially what changes Dunk's mind because he's like, I'm done with princes.
No, not that line.
Not that one. Oh.
I'm talking about the line where, what's his name? Darren?
The brother.
The brother, the drunk brother.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I think it's Darren.
Yeah. Whatever. He says to Dunk, I had a vision of you with a dead dragon and you were alive.
Whoa.
That vision, and he's like, my vision's come true. And it was Baelor who was the dead dragon.
Oh, shit. And there was also that fortune teller who tells Egg, like, your life's going to be all crazy and you're going to die in a fire. You're going to be the king or something.
Right.
No, I loved when the Targaryens first roll in, you right away notice Egg's like really nervous and he wants to leave. And he's like, you can tell he's avoiding him. And then when he steps up, when Dunk's about to get fucking curb stomped by Aegon, and fucking Egg is like, I'm a Targaryen, you're going to cut this shit out. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, shit.
That was fucking great. And the betrayal that Dunk felt at that point. But then Egg is still like, I'm sorry, sir. I know I'm a prince. He just loves Dunk and he wants to. And as we see at the end, he lies to his dad and runs away again.
So now, like, his dad is pissed because, like, he turned him down. He said, I'm not taking the kid.
Yeah.
And now he probably thinks that he went back on his word. He had cooked up something with his kid. So it's weird.
Yeah, because Dunk's like, I will, because he says no. And then when he runs into Darien again, he talks about how his brother the brother gets sent away. And then talking about Egg, he goes, yeah, well, he'll have his time. We'll make a man of him. And I think Dunk realizes like that he doesn't want this kid growing up in the Targaryen household because they all turn into assholes.
Right.
And he's like, let me take him on the road. Let me take him on the road and train him.
When I brought up earlier how like the show is also about just growing up.
Yeah.
That's the moment where Dunk realizes like I have to grow up and be a man and take this kid on. Like I can't just wander by myself. Like there is something. This is my moment to like take responsibility for someone.
It's so great.
What I like about the show too is what George R.R. Martin does really well, in my opinion, is like make these 3-dimensional characters. So like, for example, Maekar, when you first meet him, is a complete asshole, right? And he's this kind of stuck up guy that like, he seems more Targaryen-ish, like the asshole Targaryen.
Yeah.
But even when the moment where he talks to Dunk and he wants him to take on his son, like he's like, I'll train you and blah, blah, blah. But then like when Dunk proposes back to him, like, no, we're not staying in the Summerland. Like he's going to come with me. And Maekar's like, he's a prince. Like he's not eating salted beef and sleeping in ditches. But the bigger thing there is he's like, he's my only son. Meaning like Maekar basically is saying, I've fucked up with these other
sons. Yes.
All my other sons are fucked up.
Yeah, this is my last chance.
This is my last chance. Yeah. And you can't just take him from me. Like we need to do this together. So like there's depth there. But that line, Ruggs, I had a laugh because the show ends on like a really sweet note where they're both riding off on horseback and you see Sir Arlen's ghost.
Yeah, that's great.
And you think the show's over. Yeah. And then they cut back and he's like, Where's Egg? Where the fuck is Egg?
Where the fuck is that kid? They love the C word on this show. Notice, right? Throwing that around a lot.
Oh, the rhymes with bunt?
Yes.
Oh, they've always had that like that.
Yeah, they have. And the swearing is always great. But these two need each other, right? It's so perfect.
They both Dunk needs Egg because
Egg knows a lot. He's very smart.
Well, not only that, it just helps him. He is now realizing what Arlen did for him, and he's passing that along.
Yeah.
But then Egg needs Dunk because if Egg is, I don't know if we want to get super spoilery, but Egg needs Dunk to understand what it's like around the common folk, and that will influence who Egg becomes later on.
I mean, what are we spoiling? He's Aegon Targaryen. They're all named Aegon Targaryen.
Well, no, but there's more.
Yes. Wait, so is he Mad King Aegon Targaryen?
No, so somewhat spoilery, but it's pretty much out there.
Yeah.
So this Aegon is Aegon the Unlikely.
Oh.
Aegon the 4th or 5th? I believe it's the 5th.
Okay.
And he becomes king.
Oh.
And he is the grandfather to Daenerys and Rhaegar and Viserys.
Oh.
He is there. He is, and he was a good king.
Yeah. Okay.
But he is called Aegon the Unlikely because he is the
Third in line.
He's the son of a 4th born person, and he's the 4th son.
Oh shit! And he'd never make it.
Maekar is the 4th son.
Okay.
And he is the 4th son under Maekar. So
oh shit!
Darren, who's the drunk.
Yeah.
I went deep on this, so you can tell.
Darren,
died of an STD. He's a drunk.
Okay.
Arion goes nuts later on, thinks he's a dragon.
Oh, Jesus.
Drinks wildfire.
Oh, shit.
Because he thinks he wants to become a dragon.
Oh, fuck. So
Aemond is the third one.
Yeah.
You don't see him in the show. Aemond goes to the Night's Watch and becomes a maester. And he's Aemond in the show.
Oh.
Game of Thrones. The guy with the blind guy that's like doing all the shit.
Oh.
That's That's Egg's older brother.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So if you want, like, that's the beauty of the show. And that's one of the points I wrote down. It's a simple show. You don't need to know all this to love what this show is.
Yeah.
But it's all still there.
Yeah.
And like what you mentioned earlier, Ruggs, or Imran, the history.
Yeah.
Like, this is like George R. R. Martin. The more I watch this show, the more I'm just impressed with this motherfucker thought of all this shit.
Yes, and tied it all together.
And like the depth in his books.
Yeah.
Like the content is all there. It's like if they just stuck with what his content, like they can make all sorts of stuff that can last forever. But when they strayed away from his content because he hasn't read the other books, that's when it went sideways.
Yep.
And then I made this connection, and Ruggs will maybe like this. Is it kind of reminds me of like when people take liberties with the comics and go off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And then it gets all fucked up. If you just stick with the original content, it's actually pretty gold.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. So there's a lot. Again, I said this at the end of the last episode, but I'm gonna bring it up again. The similarities this show has to Wonder Man kept popping up in my head.
Well, just in terms of the friendship.
Well, it's a story about two people. They're two likable characters. Yeah. There's tons of character development. They are half-hour episodes that pack a lot into these half-hour episodes, and both shows are kind of standalone in an existing IP that doesn't really make you do a lot of homework to enjoy them. Somehow they both kind of nailed just a self-contained buddy story. In both
one
cases.
of them is lying about something.
Yes, and one of them is lying about their motivation. So, like, more I thought of it, I was like, there's so many similarities to Wonder Man, and I think it's great. We got two really solid shows about just characters that we like.
It's also a good counterbalance to House of Dragon.
Yes.
Because House of Dragon, while I really like it, House of Dragon is very big in scope, and the stakes are so high, and it's a pretty, at some points, very depressing show.
Yeah.
You get a kid being beheaded and shit. Whereas this show starts off really light and it's really small.
Yep.
And while there is serious things, like you still laugh throughout the show. Like it's a good balance. It's really, I really enjoyed the show.
I mean, in both cases, it's like a fresh entry into the IP
you don't really get this perspective. I mean, in Game of Thrones, you never really follow the common person.
I love following the common person. And I love seeing the moment he meets Arlen and the last moment with Arlen. Let me tell you, they made me care about that girl Rafe in the flashback so quickly that when her throat got slit, I was like, no, fuck no, how can you do that? We just met this girl. Just a few minutes, you see, she was great. She kept stealing from that dude, even though he kept fucking with her, and every time she just couldn't help herself. Ends up getting her killed. And then Arlen being fucking drunk off his ass, just killing those gold cloaks was fantastic. And then the last moment when he's sitting by the tree where we see him and the guy, he thinks he's dead. And he's like, why did you never knight me? And he has this whole thing. And then he wakes up and he goes, a knight always finishes his story. didn't hear a fucking word.
So that one of the questions that comes out of that, because it's not clear, and
He was never knighted.
Well, no. Well, was he knighted? Because we don't. It's up to that moment. I was under the impression that he was never knighted,
Yeah.
but they leave it ambiguous. So, do you think he did knight him? I think he did, actually.
No, but remember when that dude was like, "Knight me, I'll join you." He doesn't do it. He makes Lionel Baratheon do it.
That's true.
So
But
I don't
he
think
doesn't know the words.
I don't think
dumb.
I don't think he was ever actually knighted. Maybe I don't know. Ruggs, what do you think?
No way.
Right?
You don't think he was?
No. It goes against character though, because he seems to be so
Right,
true in
honest,
his word
yes.
and honest.
Right.
That's
so maybe
why,
that's his big secret. He's got to have a big secret too. Like,
well, that's where I was getting at. Is the whole time I'm like, he's never been knighted, but by the end of the show, I'm like, he is such a noble person.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him as a liar, so I think he was knighted.
That's a good point.
I think in Arlen's last words, he knighted him. And the reason he doesn't knight someone else is he doesn't remember the fucking
he
word.
doesn't know what to say.
So,
But he was talking to Arlen at the tree, like right. That's where he buried him in the first episode, asking him why he never knighted him. Maybe he knighted him and they didn't show it, like right before he died.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Speaking of funny moments, I wrote down a couple.
There's a good bunch of them.
There's a shit ton of them.
Yeah, they're great.
There's the part where they're singing the song
Yes, about Annie.
about you being the cripple, and that
Yeah.
she sticks her hand up people's butts,
Yes.
and then like Egg is all like confused about
He's
it.
like, did this girl actually exist?
Yeah, and then doesn't Egg at one point they're like talking about their fears, and Egg is like, so how did you handle that fear?
Yes.
And Dunk is like, what is it your business?
No, this is how this part was hilarious. It follows actually two really funny moments.
Oh, the dumb part. The dumb. Yeah, about
Yes,
being dumb.
but it follows when Dunk is talking to Tanzel about his shield, and he's like, "You're not too tall. You're just the right size, 4." And then he stops, and everybody's looking at him, and she's like, 4. And Egg goes, puppeteering. Yeah, puppeteering. Like, Dunk has no game. He's completely awkward. And then right after that, they're sitting together, and Egg is like, people always said I was really small and I wasn't going to amount to anything. And Dunk's like, people always called me stupid. And he just stops.
Stops right there.
And Egg's like, and? He goes, and what? What are you talking about? He goes, what else happened? He goes, well, that's no business of yours. And Egg's like, what the fuck? I thought you were trying to help me.
The look I wrote down.
Yes,
The look on
yes.
Egg's face when he says that. He's like,
"Whoa."
what? What?
I also
What's
love when
the point of that story?
they first see the joust, and I love how the crowd is into it and Egg is into it, but then you see the fear in fucking Dunk's face, like, fuck, I gotta do this. Like, I don't think he knew what he was getting into. And so he never actually gets to joust because of this whole incident.
Well, there's another comedy scene I wrote down where they're talking about the symbols of the house.
Yeah.
And the Targaryens being dragons.
Yeah.
And then I forget who says it. I think it's Lionel Baratheon. I'm not 100% sure. But there's a whole theme with the Fossaways having the apple.
Right.
As their like sigil.
Yeah.
And like every time Raymond's around, he's like, I got some apple cider. Like,
oh, that's why they kept talking about apples.
yeah, because apple and they go, too bad he wasn't born a Fossaway. Otherwise he'd be an apple.
Instead of a dragon. Doesn't he call him? He's like, they're a bunch of incestuous cunts, the Targaryens.
Oh, they hate the Targaryens.
They hate the Targaryens. I love that. No, I love seeing the common folk.
And that, I mean, the kid, I just got to give a shit. The
kid
kid
is so
playing
good.
Egg is awesome.
So good. He's so good. He's so cute. And
Father
just,
says I must squire for you.
yeah. Sir, where are you going, sir? And I love when he notices his hair. Oh, what was that scene? He notices his hair is growing back and he grabs a knife and sneaks into his brother's fucking bedroom. And I think he was going to fucking stab him.
He was going to kill him.
His dad is sitting right there, just walks up behind him, puts his hand on his shoulder.
Well, he sees his hair and he sees that his hair is growing back because it reminds him of like
Who he is.
And he doesn't want to be
They're
that.
like, what'd you do to your hair?
Right.
They just hate each other. And yeah, I mean, Egg tells him that didn't his brother like try to cut his dick off?
He tells him, yeah.
Yeah. He tells him how bad.
He
How
said
bad
his
they are.
brother Arian said that he had too many brothers and wanted to make a sister out of it.
Yeah. So,
And then he also threw his cat in the well.
oh, that's right. They're just so mean to poor little Egg.
Well, it doesn't. But then the drunk, Darren, the drunk brother says, at one point, Arian liked to fish. Like he wasn't always like this. It's just it's basically like saying like if he stays in this family,
Yeah, he's going to turn
the
into
power of this family, like it will just corrupt him as well. He needs to get
So
out.
Dunk essentially is saving Egg's life a
Saving his
little
life.
bit.
Yeah.
He doesn't end up like a fucking asshole.
I'm trying to think of like other like men and boy pairings in like cinema or in like, and I'm trying to think of like what else, because whenever you nail this in any sort of like TV or movies, like it's always so good.
Like
When you
Cop
have
and a
that-
Half.
Yeah, like those Cop and a Half.
I mean, it's essentially Lone Wolf and Cub was anime
Yeah.
and comic
Yeah.
book.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian a little bit.
Right. Last Action Hero.
Look up Cop
Sure.
and a Half.
What's Cop and a Half? Who's the half? And who's the cop?
You all right?
Burt Reynolds is the cop. Directed by Henry Winkler.
Oh, Cop and a Half from the 80s. And what is there?
No, 1993.
93.
Yeah.
Norman D. Golden II is the kid. I never heard of him. Yeah, but it's your
Reynolds.
it's Burt Reynolds. It's your classic. I heard in the books actually in the beginning like Dunk's 16 and Egg's supposed to be 9. But
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
different.
It's different. In the books, Dunk's like 16 or 17. He's also like way hornier.
Oh,
So like that kind of describes how like why he's awkward around girls, but also like really into her.
I was waiting for him to hook up with Tansel, but that never happened. I wanted to know what happened to her. She okay?
I thought that was great too. I mean, that scene, you get more context to why it's not only that he likes her, but he saw his mentor do the same thing.
Oh, right.
Arlen saved him
Yeah.
without question.
Yeah.
And that's what Dunk does. And then Dunk gets accused for something that, for even though he's defending the innocent, he gets convicted. He gets accused of a crime.
Right. But he's like, the job is to protect the innocent. Did you guys forget? And then he yells at the crowd. Lots of good stuff.
So
we'll get a season 2. Apparently there's like
we're getting 3 seasons.
There's like 3 novellas and each one and it's going to be another 6 episodes, half hour. What do you think about the 6 episodes, half hour? I actually think it's the perfect time frame. I wasn't mad that they were short episodes.
What'd you think, Ruggs?
I think it's fine for this particular story.
It's like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was the other part of the appeal of this was it was an easy watch.
Yeah, it was actually like nice to get in and out of a Game of Thrones thing.
And I even liked that they typically do this in Game of Thrones, but usually the penultimate episode is the big fight or
They
the big
did it.
one.
Yeah.
They did it here. But I thought that even the 6th episode, even though it's pretty quiet, I thought they nailed that too.
Because it gives you closure. It ends the story. It teases a little bit about where it's going. It's very self-contained. It's satisfying. So yeah, they did all the action in the penultimate and then a little bit of closure, wrap it up in the last one, and it worked. Like everything was great. I love Lionel Baratheon too, playing tug of war and then leaving to get a drink and then come back and win tug of war. He was great. Just a lot of fun characters.
There was a lot of good stuff. I was very pleasantly surprised.
And I would say easily as good as like early Game of Thrones.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
So, yeah.
All right, let's give it.
I mean, the magic of Game of Thrones wasn't. There is the lore and the history, and it's very impressive. But the magic of Game of Thrones was the characters, and not only the characters, but the way they interact with each other. So, like, for example, here's a very easy comparison to Game of Thrones. Who didn't love when Arya and the Hound were together for a bit?
Yeah, fun pairing.
Right? So the fun pairings is really like what gets it, and they nail that here. They do another kid and adult pairing, and it's very similar, right? Big dude, kind of dumb, little kid, pretty wise beyond their years. Pair them up together, see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this season compared with any season of Game of Thrones or House of Dragon.
So and they're traveling to Dorne is mentioned at the end.
And there's 9 kingdoms, not 7.
Oh, that was also hilarious because there's 9 kingdoms, sir. He's like, what? And then they changed the name of the fucking show. It says the Night of 9 Kingdoms. I wonder if the next season it'll be a Night of 9 Kingdoms because I thought there was only 7. I was like, no, it's 9. The kid is like so smart. He knows everything. All All right, let's give it a number and a ranking there in all the Game of Thrones. Anthony.
It's been a while since I saw all the game. Like, I don't remember what seasons were what. I think there were 8 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Correct.
And then 2. There's been 2 of House of Dragon.
Yes.
So I don't know where to rank it because I forget what happened at the end of each season. But you guys might be surprised. I'm ranking this show a 10 out of 10.
Holy shit.
I thought it was perfect.
Wow.
I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
For what it's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
30-minute episodes. Easy story to jump into. But if you want all the depth, it's still there. And it's a very simple story. Like Rugg said, it's a friendship. It's a hero's journey. It's about becoming a man. It's about standing up to the man, doing what's right. Like all those things that like I grew up loving in comics and in like fantasy and like all the fighting stuff that I like. When it's standing for those things, I've always liked it, and I like to hear it. I thought it was really well done, and I thought the comedy was a good way to bridge the gap and make it like a little different.
Yep.
And more memorable, but still not like relying on the comedy. Because I do agree with Ruggs as I've listened to him over the years. Like comedy can become a crutch where you can just get away with shit and you can do whatever you want. And they didn't lean on that. They had enough of it, but the heart of the story is not comedic at all. It's very serious, and it's a very sweet, tender story.
Yeah, I mean, I love how they set you up in the beginning with a lot of humor, and you're like, oh, there's going to be a fucking Game of Thrones comedy. And then
you're like, is this fucking Looney Tunes Game of Thrones?
I'm like, that's a really large penis. That's not real. What the fuck is going on here? That's got to be a prosthetic. Shout out to the fucking makeup effects department. Ruggs, what about you? What number are you going to give it? Where are you going to put it?
I'm going to give it 8.5. I really, really liked this a lot. I thought it was fucking fantastic. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's perfect, but I think it was very, very good. I think I really enjoyed it. I feel like the tone, once it found its footing, I felt like the first 2 episodes were different than the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I think that if it was overall more consistent, I think it'd be an overall better show.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I thought it was good. Even with that, I thought it was superb. I thought it was very good.
Where does it stack up against Game of Thrones seasons, if you can remember?
Oh, I think this is a very good one. Very, very good. I think it's in the top 5 Game of Thrones seasons. Absolutely.
Yeah, I will give it a 9 also. I loved everything about it. And again, I agree with Ruggs. It's up there with the best episodes of Game of Thrones. Maybe better than House of the Dragon season 2. But it's refreshing and just simple and fun. And it's fucking, I was really surprised. And we're going to get another Game of Thrones show later this year. It's fucking great. Speaking of scoring, here's a really dumb thing that happened on IMDb with the ratings of the best show. So for 13 years, the Breaking Bad episode Ozymandias was the only TV episode on IMDb with a perfect 10.0 score. Episode 5 of HBO's A Knights of the Seven Kingdom was starting to threaten their perfect 10.0 score. So what happened? This is so dumb. Breaking Bad fans downvoted the House of the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms score, and then Game of Thrones fans went and gave negative reviews to the Ozymandias episode to bring that down. And both of those are like 9.7, 9.8, which left an episode of 6 feet under the finale to become the number 1 episode now. This is so dumb. I don't know. Both shows can be 10. Why are we arguing? They're both great. They're both different shows.
Some immature bullshit.
They're both 10 out of 10 shows. But apparently we'll get another season next year, so they're not going to wait too long.
Yeah, they're filming it right now, apparently.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be hard. Come on, it's 6 half-hour episodes. You don't need,
it's 3-hour movie.
I don't need 3 years between seasons. So you give me another episode and then another season.
Crank these bitches out.
Yeah, another season.
Well, also, I don't know. I haven't read the novellas, so I don't know the time gap between 1 and 2 and 3. But we definitely want to avoid a situation like Stranger Things, where we wait 10 years and the kid looks completely different.
Where Egg is like catches up to the size of Dunk now.
Egg is like a 25-year-old and he's still playing a like 11-year-old.
He's just a bald adult. They're like, what is this?
My favorite of all time of a young kid or an adult playing a young kid is Karate Kid 3. Ralph Macchio is like almost 30. He's playing like a 17-year-old.
Yeah,
he looks like it though, but when he's in the gi, he looks so fat.
He never looked good in that gi.
He's just very floppy. He's just floppy overall, always. Very limp.
Yeah, his martial arts has never been smooth.
No.
Blame that on Miyagi. You taught him.
All right, I got some competition for him when we get to what we're watching here.
All right, well, let's get to what are we watching. Who watched shit? Anthony, you watch anything?
I'm trying to think. I had the best intentions. I was gonna watch some stuff this weekend. I was gonna watch. I had on the docket because I wanted to watch some classic movies. I had the docket either The Godfather.
Oh.
Then I was like, well, Godfather's really long. I don't have that time.
Yeah.
I'll watch Goodfellas.
Yeah, it's also really long.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll watch When Harry Met Sally.
Oh.
And then I just got into Analysis Paralysis and didn't watch anything.
Oh, no. You do some Rob Reiner movies and it's tribute.
Donald Trump would be happy with me.
Well, no. Ruggs, what do you have? I have one thing, but what did you have?
I watched a lot of shit because I'm snowed in right now at the moment.
Yes.
New York is under a blanket of snow, people. 24 inches.
Be careful out there.
And the snow is 24 inches too. Anyway, so I haven't recorded these yet. I watched all of these. I just hadn't had time to make a recording. I started watching House of Asher, the Spartacus show.
Okay.
Which continues the Spartacus Blood and Sand storyline. It stars one of the old Asher, which was one of the gladiators or whatever from Spartacus's tribe.
Yeah.
That ends up inheriting the gladiatorial training area, and he's training a whole stable of gladiators and trying to move his way up in Roman society.
Oh.
And so I don't want to give away too much, but they're at the point where they're doing spectacle shit. They're not just doing straight up gladiatorial fights. They're doing some weird shit. They're looking for crazy new things or out of the box stuff. So one guy who runs his gladiators has midgets, 3 of them.
Okay.
And they fight in unison.
Little people?
Yes, and it reminded me a lot of Nacho Libre when Nacho Libre fights the midgets. They're just flying through the little people. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. But I know I'm saying something offensive, but I don't know. I'm just speaking without thinking. But anyway, they call them the half men. They fucking beat the shit out of everybody. So now he's got to find a fighter that's going to be different, and he comes upon this Nubian warrior girl.
Oh.
And trains her to be this person named Achillea, who is actually a historically real gladiatrix.
Oh.
And, and like Ralph Macchio, her moves are not that good. But they cast this woman who's kind of like a tall, she looks like pretty formidable person.
Yeah.
She just doesn't move like butter. She moves kind of like she just learned how to do fight choreography yesterday.
Interesting. Okay.
And it kind of puts a little bit of a blemish on the show because it's not like the fighting could be way better, and everybody else in the show seems to be doing a really well fighting. And but it's a very fun show. But this show I think has the award for saying cock.
Oh, they like that word.
Everything is about a cock. There's like so many cock references and ball references. Like it puts our show to shame. Like you think that we say it a lot. Watch any fucking Spartacus, especially this season. It is like excessive. I'm like, they need to stop with these references. It's like too many cock references. Like it's always about someone's getting a cock, sucking a cock, being a cock, Jupiter's cock, Saturn's cock, everybody's cock. So it's like this cock being said.
It's from
Stephen
S. DeKnight, this show.
Yeah,
so,
I enjoy it. It's a good show. It's fun to watch.
It looks like some good gladiator shit in here.
It's got sex. It's got violence. It's got blood. It's got all that fun stuff. So
That's
I didn't
on-
watch all of it yet. I'm just kind of in the middle of it right
It's
now.
on Stars if anybody wants to watch.
That's right. It's
Okay,
on
what else you got?
Stars. I watched Rollerball,
Oh my God! From
the 1975 movie starring Jimmy Caan.
get the fuck out, the 75 the original Rollerball.
Yeah, I don't know. I listened to a podcast a while back and they talked about this movie, and I'm like, I gotta fucking watch this movie. I don't remember this shit. And it's a movie about takes place in the near future, which is 2018, where all wars are over. Like the corporations have won. And the corporations want to keep. There's no more wars. Everybody's under one nation. The world's under one corporate rule. And Rollerball is their escape. Rollerball is the whole world watches Rollerball, and that's how they get their shit. Their
It's the only
entertainment.
sport.
Yeah, their violence, their whatever. So everything they fight it out on the Rollerball.
What is Rollerball?
It's just it's like you have a ball and you have people on roller skates in this circle thing, and they skate around and they try to put the ball in the hole, and then the other team tries to make you not do that, and it's violent. You can punch people, you can do whatever you want.
They're wearing kind of like football pads
There's
and gear.
motorcycles that take them around and speed them up even faster to shoot them across. And it's shot in the 70s. It's Jimmy Caan does a lot of his acting like he's doing ventriloquism. Like he doesn't move his mouth
Okay.
or his lips when he talks. I don't know if he's doing James Cagney. I don't know what he's doing. The outfits are incredible. There's big butterfly collars. There's chest hair everywhere.
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, it's the 70s, boys. There's no sex in this, but I guess it's supposed to be kind of like a Stephen Kingian type thing where like the corporations are controlling everything and they're controlling Rollerball.
Yeah.
They're telling this guy who's the best Rollerball player that he's got to retire or else. And he's like, I don't want to retire. And so he's like, why do I have to listen to you guys? What? And so he starts to like question authority at this point and starts to like show up at these games where he's not in, and they let him play. It's just really weird, but I don't know. I watched it. It's a dystopian future sport movie.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of like Escape to New York or a Running Man kind
Running
of thing.
Man, very Running Man-y.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of that. I think this is inspired Running Man, or maybe Running Man inspired this. I think this movie could have been more, but it's very ambiguous. Like they don't. At one point, they have this scene where he's got to go. He wants to know what's really going on. He's like, I've grown up in this system my whole life. I don't know. I don't feel like I know anything. I don't feel like I know why I'm just living this life the way it is. And so he goes to Geneva, where they keep all of the books.
All the books are in one
history.
place.
Yeah, 'cause everything now is like download. Is like you're watching it on TV.
Oh,
It's how you learn everything.
interesting.
They don't really even get into that. They just kind of suggest it. And so he goes and tries to find out more, and they kind of like, it's a very like, you don't really get a lot of answers. It's very ambiguous.
Okay.
So, but I watched it, and that's what that's about. I can't give it a rating. I don't know what the fuck to rate it, but I saw it. It's all right.
Dystopian gladiator.
It's got some weird shit in it. It's like got a lot of organ music. It's really, really weird.
I feel like it's inspired a bunch of things too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a really cool typeface.
Good Rollerball. Norman Jewison directed. He's a pretty good director. He did Fiddler on the Roof. I like that.
That's right.
Okay, what else you got?
And I watched, so last week I watched The 13th Warrior, which is a Beowulf yarn.
Right.
And I watched Beowulf and Grendel.
Oh.
Which is starring, what's his name? Gerard Butler is Beowulf.
Whoa.
And
when's this from?
This is from like 2000s, I don't know, and like 2005 or something.
2005, Beowulf and Grendel. Okay.
It's like a low, I think it cost $3 million to make, but it probably could have cost $300,000 to make, because literally there's hardly anything in this movie. It's like it's filmed like 95% outdoors, and they're just on the rolling hills of wherever they are, and the beach of wherever they are. And there's one set piece, which is the giant hall, which is made out of wood, a giant wood hall. And that's it. You don't see a castle. You don't see fucking homes. You don't see shit. You just see a couple of huts, and that's it. So I don't know why it could cost this much, $3 million to make. That seems a lot.
Stellan Skarsgård's in this.
Yes, he's King Hrothgar.
Yeah.
So it tells the story of Beowulf, but they change Grendel a little bit, and it's kind of weird. Grendel gets laid in this movie.
Okay.
He fucks a witch. They show the reason why Grendel wants to kill everybody is because they killed his dad.
Okay.
And so let me just describe the scene in this movie, because this movie is kind of sketchy. It finds its spots here and there.
Yeah.
That's actually good. But beginning is kind of sketchy. But the movie opens with all of these knights running down this troll, which is just a large man.
Yeah.
And they basically push him off of a cliff in front of his son, which is like this little child. That's Grendel. And so he goes down to the bottom of the beach where his father's dead. He fell off it. And he's hugging him. He's trying to drag him home to his cave, and he can't because he's too big.
Yeah.
So he grabs the sword and chops his dad's head off and takes his head
Oh,
to
Jesus.
the cave. And then he just talks to his dad's dead head.
Nice.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
It's like Wilson and Castaway, except his fucking head.
Yeah. So they give like Grendel some pathos and shit like that. But it's a very low budget movie. And Sarah Polly's in this
Yeah.
with an American accent for no apparent reason.
Oh my God. She's not even trying.
She's not trying at all. And Grendel gets laid, and it's weird. And there's some violence, but like the thing about the ruins this movie is that there is no fight between Beowulf and Grendel in this movie.
Oh.
There's barely a fight. There's barely they touch each other maybe once, and that's it. And
All right.
yeah, so yeah, a very, very weird movie, but I watched it anyway.
Yeah.
I watched it a long time ago when it came out, but I wanted to watch it
These are
again.
3 very weird and different movies.
Yeah, the 3 Beowulf movies are fucking wild.
No, I'm just saying the 3 movies you watch. You got Gladiators, you got Gladiators in the future, and then you got Beowulf and Grendel.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so that's what I like to watch shit when people chop heads off.
I got one thing I would recommend. Anthony, you've seen this movie, but it's on Apple TV now. Eternity
Oh yeah.
with Liz Olsen and Miles Teller and that other guy. What's that third guy's name?
Callum Turner. I think
Callum
he's the next Bond.
Turner.
He's the next James Bond.
Who might be the next James Bond, or is it Jacob Elordi? I think Elordi is way too tall to be James Bond, but Callum Turner would be a good James Bond. This movie is delightful. It's like it's funny, it's heartfelt, it's charming. The Eternity shit is so clever. The little convention, it's like people selling vacation packages, and you have to pick one, and the choice she has to make is so hard because the whole time you're like, fuck, what would I do? What do you do? And the journey she goes through where she ends up, I thought was very satisfying. And the things that people do, I don't want to spoil it, but just delightful. It's not that long either. So if you like need something light and fun, this is a very good movie. I really liked it.
Yeah, it was one of my top 10 of the last year.
I mean, and you're kind of rooting for one guy the whole time, and you're like, is he a good guy? He makes some choices, but I just thought it as a sci-fi rom-com, very, very inventive, very clever.
It reminded me of like those 80s and 90s movies where they come
Like
up with like
Splash almost.
yeah, they come up with some sort of weird concept to
Yes.
revolve a love story or a movie around.
Yeah, like Splash or Mannequin, which was the weirdest fucking idea ever.
Or The Man with Two Brains.
The Man with Two Brains, Steve Martin, is also very good. But yeah, it has that kind of flavor, but it's really well written and well acted and well done.
I wouldn't say it's like completely light. Like I think it gets pretty heavy towards the middle and the end.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like the like they're really good ratcheting up. Like, oh
Yes.
man, this is like such an emotional thing that they're both all going through.
I mean, it's a really hard choice.
Yeah.
And, you're like, what is she going to do? And it keeps you invested the whole time.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Eternity, very good. Anyways, that's it for this week. Next week, we're not going to review it right away, but just for the listener, Monarch Season 2 starts this Friday, February 27th on Apple TV. So we will check in. There's a lot of TV coming up in the next few months. Daredevil, Invincible, The Boys. Fuck, there's other things I'm forgetting. So strap in. Rugs, where can the listener find you online?
Rug Boy Show on X. Come follow.
Absolutely. And Anthony, you're going to not watch any movies this week at the Alamo?
I might not. I keep saying I will, and then I don't, so I'm just going to leave it ambiguous.
All right.
So, how do you feel about I sent you guys a link about the Alamo. Did you watch that? If you didn't, I'll just
I heard about this. What is it? Yes.
Alamo is changing its thing where now you can order on your phone.
During a movie.
In a place where you're not supposed to have your phone out, now you got your phone out.
So they're removing the paper thing, right? Because currently it's what you write down on a piece of paper, you press this button, the light comes on, person comes by, grabs your order, and brings you food.
Right. Yeah. So they're removing that. I don't know if it's supposedly they're going to do it at all locations. But yeah, they're doing that because they're saying that it's more distracting to have someone come and grab it.
I feel
but then they'll have an app where you can pull it out, and then it's like a dark screen app. I don't know. I'll wait to see how it looks when I do it, or if they implement it in Chicago. But yeah, I can see why people are mad.
But efficiency wise, it makes a lot of sense. You're in the back, an order fucking prints out, you cook it up, you bring it to the person. There's one interruption.
Yeah, but the bigger the thing is pulling out your phone,
right? Because then you could be doing.
Well, I mean, every time I'm in a dark theater and someone pulls out their phone, my eyes immediately go to their phone.
Yeah, it's distracting. Yes.
So
that's gonna be an issue. Oh man, they just need to work in like a button system on their fucking something. I don't know if like hardcore Alamo fans are just gonna point.
I just think easily what you do is you have a menu, right, and then you just have a number code. You just pop the number code in, put like A4. You want like in a fucking vending machine.
Like a vending machine, just have a number pad there and you go boop boop.
Yeah.
And then it goes through and then they bring you a fucking thing.
I solved the problem once again in 1 second. Thank you and you're welcome.
You're welcome, Alamo. Send the check to Rug Boy.
Yeah.
You just fixed your problem.
I'll be waiting.
Anyways, thanks for listening. Oh, check out our website, jockandnerd.com, for all the ways to support, get in touch, follow the show. Share the show with a friend listener. It's the best thing, easiest thing you can do for us. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
I like turtles.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Jock and Nerd.